Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about what is the biggest danger, what is the biggest risk in the market right now for Bitcoin in particular. We're going to look at the charts. We're going to look at a bunch of other news. But before we do that, of course, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people and does, of course, help support the channel. And, of course, wonderful comments that you leave also help support the channel. Thank you so much for those who take the time to write those. I take the time to read those and respond. And those of you who ask questions in the comment section, I look to get back to those as soon as I'm able to. However, you'd like a more immediate engagement with me, you can find me in the Tribal Trades Discord. I'm also on the Stocks with Josh Discord. Now, unfortunately, sign-ups, the deadline was yesterday for the Tribal Trades Discord. So now we are officially closed. However, if you sent me an email by yesterday, so anytime before yesterday, and you have not signed up yet or you're having difficulty signing up, I'm extending a grace period for 2 additional days through to Monday next week. So you've got today and tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday, to get signed up. So I still will be taking those because I know some of you didn't get my email, didn't get the link, or had a little bit of difficulty getting connected to the Discord. So if you did email by the deadline yesterday, I am still going to extend that to you to get in a little bit late there. For all of those that didn't get signed up for the Discord and still want to, there may still be an opportunity. You still can email by clicking on the link below, seeing the description. You might need to click the more button. It will open up the description. There is an email address there, and you can request to be added to the wait list. Now, what that means is if anybody does, for any reason, is unable to sign up, declines the invitation, or drops out for some reason, then the people that are on the wait list will get moved into getting into the Discord. So, of course, there's an opportunity there. Send me an email. I'll send you a link, and that link, therefore, you can be added to the wait list there, okay? Of course, I'm part of the Stocks with Josh Discord as usual. Nothing has changed there. I've got my own Crown Traders channel in there where I share educations, insights, resources, some of my trade setups, and entertainment. Okay, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay, so let's look at what's going on with Bitcoin. Obviously, one of the positive things coming out here is Texas. Y'all, Texas. I don't know if I did that very well, but their strategic Bitcoin reserve bill, even if the federal government is dragging its feet, the states are moving forward. I know Texas, I know Florida. I think there's a couple of others. Maybe you can give me a shout out in the comments, the other people that have either signed the bill or are looking to sign the bill in as well. And that referred to the Texas Senate Finance Committee. This bill would enable the state to save up to $500 million per year in Bitcoin. This bill is a top priority and is moving, okay? So that's a lot of positive news. So what is the biggest risk, in my opinion, for this market? It's leverage. It's leverage, and it has been. And it was last cycle, but this cycle even more so. And what we're seeing here, I do like this thread here by Al Fractal. Basically says the 2 possible scenarios could play out soon. A move above 111K to liquidate shorts that have been open since December 2024, okay, and you kind of see that above there, or a sharp drop below 80K to liquidate longs open since November 2024. Currently, there are 2 times more longs yet to be liquidated compared to shorts. Therefore, the greater risk does remain to the downside. However, remember, they may not go and get those right away. Liquidity can be left behind, and that, we could go up to 110, 111K before flushing back down to those lower levels. Okay, it could be a matter of months. So 2 times more longs yet to be liquidated compared to shorts, And this explains why more traders get liquidated during downturns than in price surges. And that's why you often see the prices tumble, because what happens is when a long gets liquidated, it's like a spot sell of Bitcoin. It's like somebody spot selling Bitcoin, even though they're not. They're just getting liquidated of their Bitcoin long, and then that causes price tumble, and then it hits the next liquidation level, and so on. And that's why you see these big cascading dumps. This happens the same for altcoins as well. You see that because all these people are getting liquidated until it hits, and there's no more, not enough liquidation to hit the next level. I don't really believe a lot of people are selling Bitcoin at the moment. Yes, some of the altcoins, some people may be getting rid of and so on, and that doesn't help because that can cause further liquidations. And that's why we're seeing Bitcoin not drop as much as the altcoins, is because there are people, I'm reading in the Discord that such and so sold this altcoin and this altcoin, and somebody new sold this altcoin and they got out of the market, fear, they're panic selling, they don't want to lose their money. And so with Bitcoin, I think people are a little bit more long-term invested. They're not going to, many people I've talked to, I'm never selling my Bitcoin. We're not selling our Bitcoin, maybe sell the altcoins, but not selling the Bitcoin. And that's why Bitcoin is holding up a lot better than the altcoins, is because you don't have, in the altcoin market, you've got all the people being liquidated, and that's causing more cascading sells. But then you've got all the people who stop losses are selling their altcoin. And then you've got the people just, I'm out of the market, I'm just getting out with what I've got. Okay, so as we go down here, it says liquidity zone shows that since October 2024, long positions have increased rapidly. There's a gap in open interest profile between 72K and 86K. So there's danger there, an area with low liquidity and little trading activity. Now, do I think Bitcoin's going to come down to that 72 to 86K region? I would be very surprised. We could come down there and that kind of sell in May, go away. It happened in April 2021. We saw a big correction from 65 down to 28K. And so whatever Bitcoin level is, that could be a significant drop. It was to come down to, if it was go up to 100, 130K and then suddenly drop back down to that 70K region. We're going to have a look at what I think in the charts in a moment. And then additionally, open interest has dropped from 76 billion to 59 billion, signaling a decline in leverage appetite. So when funding rates are actually negative now, and they're as negative as they were back, I believe, in August of 2024, when we saw that huge dump in the market and Bitcoin found its low in the reaccumulation period, about 49K. And so what we're seeing now is funding rates have flipped negative. The open interest has been really wiped out. We've come down. Not as many people are opening up leverage positions. And so this typically marks a little bit of a bottom, a local bottom, and I think that's possibly happened. So let's look at the charts over here. We're going to look at the Bitcoin chart. So if we look at the Bitcoin chart here, we've got the 100-day moving average. Now remember, this is what I had talked about, this wick being eaten up, okay? And I'd said it before over when we saw the drop down in January, when we saw the other wick that came down here, that these wicks generally typically tend to get eaten up. You can see this January wick down to here. And I said usually about half of this wick I find gets eaten up. And what happened here, it ate around about half of that wick up. You can see this wick here that comes all the way down to about 89K. And this wick here came down to about 91K. And so about half of that wick, almost on the button, got eaten up. Then I said we've created illiquidity wick here, and that I would most likely see Bitcoin come down and tag the 100-day simple moving average, which is sitting right now at around about 95K. And that's kind of exactly what's happening. We're coming down. Now, we don't have to tag it exactly. We're pretty close to it. My goodness, we came down within a whisker of just a few $100s away, maybe $300 away from tagging that. So pretty much exactly what I've said has come to pass. If you've been watching this channel daily, I know many of you do, you know that I said exactly this was what I was concerned about. These big wicks tend to get eaten up. And so therefore, now do we have to come down and tag it? We may still come down and tag it. Obviously, it's moving up every day, so the chances of of it that happening are a lot higher. But then we also have up here a very bearish situation taking place. First of all, we have the 9 EMA that's already crossed below the 20 and the 50 EMA on the daily. We don't like to see the lower moving averages go below the higher ones, but we now also have the 20 and the 50 EMA that look like they want to cross. So we don't really want that to happen. Now, these can tend to be a little bit of a lagging indicator, but however, we would like to see. Now, it doesn't mean that because this is crossed below, oh no, Bitcoin's going to drop all the way down to here at the $83,000 level, almost 84,000, where the 200 EMA on the daily is, okay? But however, if we look here for this move, I would expect some kind of bounce here, but that doesn't mean that we can't come down and retest the lower part of these ranges and lose this level here, okay? So that's what I'm looking for. Right now, we're trading in the top half of this range. Okay, so we've come back into the range and we've got the middle of the range, which is at 95,000. There's also Fibonacci there, and the top of the range at 100,000. And I've been saying for many days now that we're back in that range. All the liquidation levels were down at 96, 95, and that's exactly what we've done. And we'll look at the yellow brick road in a moment. But if we do lose this, then we can expect to come and trade in the bottom half of this range here, which is from 95,000 down to 90. And then we could trade in this bottom half of this range all the while up this 200 EMA begins to move up. At some point in this bull run, this 200 EMA on the daily is going to get retested. It's happening with alts right now. Many of them are testing. Some have lost. The stronger alts are holding the ground. And we're going to look at that in the altcoin show in just a moment. So let's jump over to follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And here we go. This all got taken out just like I said yesterday. I thought that this areas would be taken out. It got taken out down there at about 95,600, 95,700. Now we have the brightest to the top at 98,600 there. If we zoom out a little bit to the 3-day time frame, we can see again there is some more yellow starting to grow. And I would say to people out there, if you're thinking of using 50 or 100x leverage, stop it. Just stop it, okay? 20x leverage, stop it. 10x leverage even, unless you're using like $100 and don't care to lose $100, stop it there. The most leverage that I use in the market is around 3 to 5x and no more than 5x, and I control my position size and I have a stop loss strategy to get out of the trade without getting wrecked. But you can see that starting to grow. But to the upside, we got some bright at 98 and 99 and 100. So we could just trade in the smaller channel here down to 95 and up to 98 there. But you can see this comes down right down to 95, which is in the middle part of the range, which is the bottom part of that section. If we go to the 1 week time frame here, you can see again there is some liquidity beginning to build up. It's starting to get a bit brighter. Obviously, there's a lot more to the upside there as well. We jump to the 1 month time frame. Let's see if we can see anything. We should see some really bright yellow above. We do. And that should be too tantalizing for the market makers to come and get those 200 million up there just in these bands. There's a bunch more surrounding it and below at 107,000, 110,000 to see a violent move to the upside. And we saw that with Bitcoin to the downside, that starts liquidating positions. Also to the upside as it starts to move, when short positions get liquidated up here to the upside, it works like a Bitcoin buy. And that's why we see these violent moves to the upside, because the shorts are getting liquidated. That's like a Bitcoin buy. It jumps to the next level, liquidates the next lot. That's like another Bitcoin buy until all the liquidation levels are exhausted. You can see as it comes down, there was nothing left to liquidate there. And so it had come up. But then, of course, we got people going back long again and getting liquidated again. And we can see on the 12-hour time frame, there's not a lot to see there. There's some above at 97 and some below at 95 there. So it's whether we come up and tag that 97, 98 area, even up to 99, 100, and then maybe come back and collect this, or come down and collect this 95,000, especially on the weekend when the order blocks order books are quite thin, and it might be a little bit easier there. And if we go the 24-hour time, which we haven't had a look at, I started on the 48-hour time frame. Again, there is more liquidity immediate to the upside. So it wouldn't surprise me. Maybe we come back down, tag that 95K level. If I'm the market maker, I do that. I grab some of that 95K. I establish that we're trading the top of the range, and then I would move up and start liquidating all these positions above to 100K, rinse and repeat. I still do see a new all-time high for February for Bitcoin by the end of February, and we got Super Bowl Sunday coming up tomorrow, and generally that has been quite a bullish catalyst for the crypto market as people talk about crypto, and the week following can tend to have a little bit of a spike up. So I'm hoping for a bit of a Super Bowl bounce. That's also my prediction as well, that we'll see a little bit of a lift. I don't know how long that rally can be sustained, but I think we'll see a little bit of a Super Bowl pump coming out of Super Bowl. And of course, until the next episode, or until I see you on the Discord, happy trading.